And hello, Star Wars fans. Welcome to another exciting episode of Holotheatre. As always, I am Dan Tartaglione, also known as DTarTag1. Tonight we got a kind of a cool episode. So, for those who don't know, tonight we're going to have Team Europe on. Team Europe includes Bastion, Timo, CryptoFist. I'm not going to butcher his name, so we're going to call him Crypto. Uh, Kieran, Miguel, and Justin Branch. They took on Team America recently in the 2021 Outrider Cup, and they emerged victoriously. So I have about a 40-minute interview with them. The other thing tonight is last week we showed this off for the first time. Tonight is going to be the first time you, the viewers, can win one of the packs, these sticker packs. We talked about Jared and I talked about this on the forums, and we talked about this last week. So tonight's going to be the first time you can win one of those packs. So make sure you stay tuned for this episode. But first, let's go ahead and start with that interview from Team Europe. Again, this is going to be a pre-recorded interview. But it was kind of a nice interview. We talked a lot about the Outrider Cup. We talked about the Game PC as well. So I'll be back in about 40 minutes. So make sure you stay tuned for all the stickers at the end of the episode. Okay, so here I am with Team Europe, the 2021 Outrider Cup winners. So let me start off by saying congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
So how did it feel to beat Team America? We'll start with Bastion. I mean, he's the team captain. You were on the previous team. You were on the 2019 one. So how did it feel to beat them? After 2019.
Yeah, Justin and Quirin and me, we were all three of us. We were on the team 2 years ago, and I think it was pretty close last time. I think we stopped when we were at 4 wins, but we could have gotten it to 5, and then it would have been 7-5 or something. And we had Emil at that time, who, despite not being that familiar with GAMP, no diss on anybody else on the team, but he's pretty good. So I felt we were the underdogs this year, a little bit more so than last time, and it feels really good to still come through.
Yeah. Last time, you said it that you had Silver Glenn, you had yourself, and Kieran was also on that team. You had Stefan and Tom Damon, who were also on that one. So, Justin, how did it feel to win this year after or this past year versus the 2019 year?
Oh, it was sweet, Dan. Very sweet. Not going to lie. I took a couple of in 2019. I won both my first games by like a reasonable margin, and then lost the subsequent ones. So I took a couple of hard losses in that one. So this feels good.
Despite the hard loss with your ISB. But I mean, if you look at it, we went 6-6 and went to tiebreakers. And Justin, you won your first game by like 1-4 or 3 or something. It was really, really close.
I wasn't expecting to win that one. If I'm honest, if anything, I was expecting to win the other matchup. So, but both were they weren't favourable, but they were okay.
I was going to say, like, I found that match against Joe Wilson with your ISB versus his. I want to say he was playing communing. I found that kind of fitting because you did the same thing to Brian Fred in the OCS.
I did.
Yeah,
yes,
you came
I did acknowledge that in the chat, and I think Timo picked it up, but it was lost on Joe, who obviously hadn't watched the replay. But yeah,
he didn't get the joke. No,
no, he did not get the joke. So, Kieran, how did it feel for you, sir?
It was quite good. It was my first really competitive game since Worlds 2019, so I was really rusty, and as you could see, I was really slow. And I already talked to EBT about GAMP because in my perception, it got really slow, and when I was playing, I really could see the clock ticking down, and it was like, okay, when is my next action? But I was really glad to get the close win in the end, because as I saw afterwards, Timo was really scared about the clock ticking down. But I was especially happy to win against Paul, not letting him get the timed win. And I was totally happy with going 1-1. We tested the other matchup, communing against CCT, and it didn't really work out that well with that build. So I was fine going 1-1, and we had a really, really nice start. So at the end it got really, really close when we lost our lead. But when we had the when we had like 6-6, I personally was really confident in Bastian, because he won against Joe in the past lots of times. So I'm happy.
So how does it? So the new guys, Timo, Crypto, and Miguel. You guys came out. Crypto, you had made it. Miguel, you took over for Fernando's spot, and Timo, you were the captain pick. So how did it feel?
No, I was the captain pick.
Oh,
I was the captain
Crypto,
pick. It's Dylan that it's Timo who made it.
No,
I think there were 3 captain picks at the end.
So how did it feel for you guys, especially like you guys weren't there for 2019, but you guys were there for this year?
Well, for me, to be honest with you, I lost both games. Joe crushed me like there's no tomorrow, really. So I was really, to be honest, he's my teammate, so I was a little bit torn in the finals, but I actually supported Bastian in this one, and I was really glad he beat Joe there to pull it for the team. The game against Justin, it was close. I think he played it really well. I made a couple of mistakes in space, throwing away my ships, so I was a little bit disappointed with that. But I think the captain pulled this one for us, so I was really happy with the tiebreaker and how it ended. I think we have very close top players, to be honest with you. So there's not a big gap. We just play less, I guess, than Americans. So
I don't know. Timo seems like he plays like all the time. Part of me wonders, like, does Timo actually work, or is his job just playing on Gemp?
I mean, you have the wrong job if you don't have the time to play. So, what shall I say? For me, it was a really honor to be on the team. You have to consider that the last Outrider Cup 2019, I started playing in the summer. So, and now I'm on the team. And a half year ago, I wrote, I think in Slack as a joke, things I want to accomplish, top 16 OCS and Outrider Cup team. And here I am, made the top 16 in the OCS and played in the Outrider Cup. And so it was an honor to be on the team, and even better to win a game. I would have loved to win both games, of course, because if you get crushed like Justin, it's not hard to to get over that win, because he can't do anything. He just Joe had in this one game, he just had the cards, and he couldn't have done anything differently. But if you play
the one card, he played like that one spy, right? Yeah.
That one spy, then he missed the docking bay. So what can he done differently? But the second game where I lost, I think I could have made many things differently, and that's a little bit harder. So, but I won one. And Bastian took it over the goal line, or how you say it in English. So, yeah. Great experience, great to be on the team, great to win, of course.
And Miguel, how about you, sir?
Yeah, for me, it has been a pleasure to take part in this experience. I've had a blast, but I've also felt very nervous. I haven't played competitively cards for a long time. or I think 8 or 9 years. And I had one match that I had to win, and one match I could lose, and don't let the team down. I played a lot of games myself at home with physical cards to prepare the map versus All Allies game. Because Sebastian said, no, there's no pressure, but you must win the game. So when I sit down, I was very nervous. Then I had a very easy game. I got very lucky with Matt not having the tracking us for the overwhelmed, and that was the game.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I think I don't know about crypto. You're planning to go to physical tournaments again this year. I know you took a slight
Yes.
break. Oh, great. But,
Yeah,
but I
I'm
know
coming.
I'm speaking for Quirin and Justin when I say we're very much looking forward to beating Timo and Miguel in person, because we didn't have the chance yet. And yeah, I think you can already see that these two guys are very different. Like all the self-confidence or that Timo has. So Miguel is on the other side, but yeah, I know he could do it. So and he came through. So
Well, I mean, Bastion, you played Miguel recently, and it was in the GAM PC.
yeah,
Miguel beat you. Like, was there any
Right.
awkwardness or anything in that, or like, was there any like, Miguel, was it awkward for you beating Bastion, being that you guys were
Yeah,
on this team?
it's my first time. He defeated me in the retro tournament. I also played him, I guess, once or twice more, and I've always lost to him. So
It's
yeah,
quite common. Quite common.
I got lucky with the first matchup, and then in the second one, I only had to do the damage to lose by only 16.
Well, that's a lot still.
Wow.
yeah.
What was the match? Like, I'm just a little curious now. Like, what were the decks you guys played?
So the first game I picked CCT and he picked, I think it was Communing, right?
Yeah.
And he just he destroyed me. If I was B-Fred, I would have forfeited the match at that point, but I managed to bring it down to a loss of 17.
Okay.
That was actually closer than I thought. And then the second game, it was my Legend versus your Walker build.
with
And
tech against you,
yeah, with what?
with some tech.
Yeah,
It's Swords and Monarch and all the cards
Right.
you
Yeah,
you might
yeah,
hate.
I know. Like it's like maybe we're going to talk about the tiebreaker match again, but
we will.
I practically knew that Joe was going to play Grimtush and Monarch. I wasn't sure this time, but these are good cards against me. Yeah, and yeah, it was actually a close game, but then in the end, I made like in that last turn, I made 2 or 3 mistakes. I forgot about the Walker Barrage. No, not Barrage, but the
Garrison.
+2. Yeah, Garrison, Walker Garrison.
Uh,
Because you always put it down
Bonus.
turn 1. You put it down to exchange it against something else after you pulled
Yeah,
it with the third
I
marker.
put it down.
Yeah, and I forgot about it until that last turn, and then he managed to like put his ship with 5 guys in front of my ships, and I killed all the 5 guys in that one battle, but his ship stayed there, and my Menace Fates was out of effect, and he could have drained me. He drained me for 8 or something, and that was the game for him.
Nice.
He exactly knew what he had to do, like pack that ship and get that one turn, and he did it well. Yeah.
Okay. So, but yeah, let's talk about like. So, you guys played a few different decks. Like, I know Team America, they played this deal is getting worse all the time. Were you guys like not deciding like like as a team not to play the deck, or did you know? Were you like anticipating that Team America was going to be prepared for it? Like, what made you guys not want to play that deck?
I think that one is for Timo, right? Because of
So
Team Marco Polo.
Yeah. If we would have played deal, I would have played deal for sure. But I think after the errata, I was not that consistent with it. Before it, I think I was in the OCS like 17-1 with the deck. But after that, like 3-3, and I think that's not enough. It has too many bad matchups, and this one turn, if you don't have the executor turn one, you give up so much. You give up the activation from the mob points, you give up the +1 deploy to your Bastion system, and so on. And what's good with deal is make pressure very fast, and that's a little bit gone. So I thought it's too many bad matchups, and it's too easy to outdrain it, even if you get the occupation for 1 or 2 turns. So I thought, when they take for it, when they expect it, when they have a free ride, when they have a We Are Doomed, yeah, it's not a good deck for me. So if they don't expect it, it's still fine. It's still a decent deck in the meta, but not there. So I thought TTO with all that mains might be a good choice to take a little bit for mains. So I cut all the cards I don't really need, because I thought it might be a drain race. Save cards like the pulling effect, which pulls the rest order and pulls the combat response. Cut even the super laser and only the important ones. And I think it was the right choice. And nobody had, I think one played the relatively unprotected. But yeah, so I got a mains matchup, which I wanted, and was fine.
I think when it came to choosing decks, we had a Slack chat, but Bastian added everyone to the existing Team Europe one from 2019. So we've sort of got it all in one thread. Bastian encouraged us we had an Excel spreadsheet where we'd select our top 5 decks, and they would sort of move up and down depending on how testing went, and really just try and identify what we all felt was our strongest deck to play. Because the way it was set up, there wasn't quite such the sort of meta game that there was in 2019. We could actually choose, because it's so randomized, we actually, I think it probably favored us slightly, that we could actually choose our best decks, and all of us seemed to settle on individual decks. There was not much duplication.
Okay. I was going to say, so what was there like a surprise deck? Like, did somebody pull out something that you guys weren't expecting? Like, for yourselves and for Team America. Sorry.
I mean, as you were asking about deal, I mean, it's a Paul deck, and Paul played the 2 decks he knows like the back of his hand. Yeah. So I think we could have expected it, but as Timo said about the metaing, you can't put cards in against that one deck. I mean, even if you know Paul is going to play this deal, there's only, for each of us, only a 1 in 6 chance to play against it. So nobody was going to pack a specific card that's only good against that deck. And so we all played what we thought was best. Yeah.
And I can remember we had the deal discussion, and I think I said Paul plays it so well that he would prepare everybody who's playing against me, that they know exactly how to play against it. And I think we had one discussion with Justin where we thought about playing gimmicky decks, but then we thought we just play our best decks, right?
I tried to encourage.
Yeah, sorry. I was a bit surprised that Team America did not play Shadow Collective, because I think it's clearly one of the top 6 decks, but that was their decision. And I think what was it? We had like between the 12 decks for both. I think there were like 8 or something that both teams played.
So
8 or even 9.
Yeah. So you both played a Let the Wookiee Win variant. Both teams played Black Sun. Both teams played Old Allies. Both teams played Ral Ops. CCT was another one.
Right.
And I think that and
Legend.
commuting was the other one.
Okay.
But so yeah, like Jared, I know he played Prophet, which was a different deck. Silverglen, you played He is the Chosen One. What made you go with that one in particular?
I don't know. It's a deck I've been playing quite a lot, and it did really well in the OCS qualifying for me. And it's just a bit different, really. It's a bit of a beat down deck, and it can catch people off guard. And as Bastian said, if you're randomized, it could go really badly. You might end up when someone starts Imperial Arrest Order and you can't neighbor them around. But as it was, mains on mains, yeah. I also felt that there's probably, as Bastian said, if there's going to be like Shadow Collective and CCT and stuff like that, there might be quite a lot of stuff that Hick is quite good against, because the Americans do tend to play mains, so sort of variants of.
True. And then one of the other decks, like I said, we were talking, was a different deck, was the Map. Miguel, you played Map, and you ended up getting the Old Allies matchup that a lot of people feel like Map is the superior deck in that matchup. How did you feel going into that match?
It went in blindly. I had never played map before. That's why I had to train a lot.
Okay.
He went blindly into the testing.
When I came back into the game, map wasn't on top, so I didn't print the card to play it, and then it came back, but didn't have the cards. I had to go to a print store to print them and cut them and put in sleeves and start training.
Wow. So you actually built the physical deck to play on GEP?
Yeah, I built a map and all allies.
Wow.
And played them against myself a lot of games.
That level of dedication, then.
Yeah.
It's that level that sets up.
That's impressive.
And you said you started to like Old Allies too, right?
Yep. Then I used Old Allies in one round in the game tournament.
Now, I think I played one of the early GAMP playtest games against Miguel with Old Allies against Map, and he lost with the Map, and he was really not sure what to do, but he absolutely put in the hours. He put in a lot of effort that we couldn't see on GAMP because he did it at home, because I know with the kids and everything, he needs to find the time, take the time when he can find it or something. But yeah, and then the match itself went superb.
Yeah,
went better than expected.
Okay. Crypto. So you played Quiet Mining Colony. Now it's a deck a lot of people have it considered to be top tier, or it's like maybe the second tier. Like, how did you feel going into that match against Joe?
Yeah, I felt quite good actually. I thought it's going to be at least close, and in testing it went well. I managed to surprise the testing buddies with my space. The thing is that Joe knew kind of what I am usually playing with QMC, that I put to a lot of space in and stuff like that, and he had a very good plan. I fell for the barrier. If I didn't don't barrier his first ship and let him deploy it, and then maybe barrier the Emperor instead, or that second ship that I wasn't just expecting he's gonna come, he's gonna draw it, then I probably keep Hark because he drew low, and then it's a different game. But it went as it went. I think it's a very even and fun matchup. There's a lot of movement, a lot of possibilities, and that's why I love QMC and ROPS, because there's a lot of movement game, which I really appreciate in Star Wars.
And sorry, I'm actually looking at the decks right now. You played Ralops for Darkside. You played against Justin Desai with his Legend. like, how did you feel about that game? I know, I'm guessing you tested a few times against Bastion and his legend. Like,
Yeah, and I did. And again, the testing was 50-50. I was testing against myself as well, and I discovered a way for Legend to beat Rob's. Basically myself. I was hoping it's not gonna be Justin is not gonna pull that way, and not gonna follow that that game plan, but he kind of did. I also had a very not super great hand for a long time, so I was playing from behind. But he played it well, very well. He didn't make. I think he made one mistake while I was tossing my ships left and right that proved to be a huge, costly mistake. But it was close. I was happy for that game.
I think that was a pretty close game. I think I remember at least watching that one. So, and then Kieran, we talked about this a little bit. You had to play Paul Myers, and you guys played in 2019 in the top 4 of Worlds, and you beat him there. So, you've now beaten Paul essentially twice. How did that feel after that match?
Yeah, at Worlds 2019, I was quite pissed because he was asking for rewards all the time. And normally, I think when someone is asking for rewards all the time, he grants them himself. But yeah, he didn't. And personally, I think from time to time he played a little bit shady. So I was really pleased to get that win. And yeah, we played the matchup, I guess, Timo and I, like 2-3 times or so. And I guess, yeah, I took out the Masterful Move combo. So I wasn't that pleased about the matchup. But yeah, he only ran one system. So the plan was to stay at the system, prevent him from flipping. And luckily, he, in my opinion, made the mistake to run into the hidden weapons. So I could capture Luke. And from then on, it was just a race against the clock.
Yeah, and I noticed there was a point where Paul kept asking you a few questions and everything. Do you feel like he was trying to time you out, or do you think he was just trying to get some information from you?
I don't really know. I was just looking at the clock and just clicking, and looking at the clock. I didn't really care what he wrote or something, so was just focused on not doing any mistakes, clicking on the wrong buttons.
So
you answered it after the game.
Yeah, you did answer the question.
And then Paul said, "Okay." So didn't seem so interested after that.
So was there a win that surprised you guys, or whether it was from your team or Team America?
Well, I think we both we talked about it twice now that Joe felt got quite lucky at the start against both Crypto and Justin with having that one spy in his hand and the space start against Crypto. So he won those 2 games very easily. I mean, we weren't surprised that Joe was going to go and win both games, but how he won it and yeah.
Yeah,
that
it would
was
have been able to compete, but I didn't get that opportunity, as you said earlier. I think the only thing I think Justin decided messaged me, and he said he thought that possibly Hitco beating Hunt down was surprising. He thought, but Maine's
I mean, it was very close. It came down to the very last card, so it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
If we go to the tiebreaker, I was a little bit surprised how QMZ dominated CCT. So when he flipped a CCT, I was not so sure about that matchup. We didn't expect that one. Bastion, did we? So were you surprised about your win?
No.
When he flipped CCT, did you think, oh yeah, that's a win by 20 plus?
I don't know. I didn't think about that at that time because it's the first game. I mean, at the start of the first game, you're not thinking about how it's going to end. Yeah, I mean, I didn't test that matchup specifically, but I played a lot of CCT in the past year, so I kind of knew what he was gonna do. And yeah, I mean, it didn't play it optimally for example, that one turn when he attacked with his Sizer into my reacting dash, and yeah, that turn was probably not the greatest. So maybe he didn't expect the matchup either. But
and you're
yeah.
the stunning leader, so you could dodge away.
I mean, yeah, I could dodge away. I didn't have the pass at that time, but yeah, against QMC, that Dr. Iverson beats down to one single character, and then putting overflow on him is pretty hard.
Did you have the Gook in hand, the Hujix?
Yeah, I think at that time already, yeah, I definitely had it at some point.
Now, I want to say, like, I looking at back and thinking about Joe's deck, it seemed like he definitely put you on Legend. Was Legend a possibility for you, or were you, once you realized in the tiebreaker match you were going to be facing Joe, did you just go with CCT, or?
Actually, as a team, we talked about it, and then I thought it was a nifty idea to pack exactly the two deck types that Joe was winning against handsomely in the cup before. I mean,
okay.
I made a few changes, but yeah, I thought maybe he wasn't expecting that I'm going to play the two decks that he just beat so easily.
I was going to say that's kind of nice. Then you got that just adds a little bit more to the fact that you beat him. You beat him with two decks that he played in the Outrider
yep.
in the event, and you beat him with those two decks that he won against.
I mean, Justin played the ISB against Mainz, and we were talking before that Mainz can be a good matchup depending on what exactly. So we didn't think that like ISB is a bad deck or something, and the same for QMC. I like QMC, yeah, we saw that he got quite lucky, and that a normal game could be much closer or could go the other way around. So. Yeah.
Were you surprised at all by his deck choices?
Not really. I mean, he's pretty versatile. So for dark, I mean, for light, I was expecting some kind of mains. So I wasn't. I was actually like, I didn't really put him on specific decks, but for example, I was packing an Expand the Empire because I was expecting he's going to play mains and probably going to play Naboo Battle Plans and Boss Nass Chamber, and he didn't play that. He did play the Battle Planes in this deck. But also I was preparing, I wanted decks that were decent against Grimtush and Monarch because I was pretty sure he was going to pack those. It actually worked quite well that he's usually not playing a shield puller. So, but he made the mistake of I think in both matches, in both games, he played at least one shield that wasn't really necessary. But that worked well. And yeah, I wasn't gonna play It Could Be Worse because I figured that would also be a card that he would be prepared for. So on that basis, I was taking a little bit, but I wasn't expecting. And as I said, he's very versatile, and CCT is a good deck. And he knows that I'm not the big mains player, so he was probably expecting to do well against something that is not mains.
So I gotta ask, how long did you guys take to decide on Bastion playing in the tiebreaker match?
He decided by himself.
So there was no discussion, team.
No discussion.
No discussion. Wow.
Well, I asked them if they wanted to have a discussion.
It was a presumptive close. It was, I presume no one objects for me playing.
Because I know I had a Slack chat with you and Joe to talk about everything regarding that, and almost instantaneously we were like, I'm playing in the tiebreaker match. Were you surprised that Joe decided to play in it?
No.
Justin was on fire. He won his 2 matches.
So did Joe.
Yeah.
So did Joe.
Like, I mean,
I think it's a captain's responsibility, Dan.
Okay, that's fair.
To make the penalty.
But I mean,
Yeah.
at the same time,
For the soccer fans, but you in America don't even know soccer, so
oh, I know soccer.
penalty is for you like how
Field goal.
how is it called in ice hockey?
We have that in hockey. It's
penalty too.
It's also
It's
penalty.
penalties.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, but
No, I think you could you can make the case for Justin Desai playing, but I think it was definitely going to be one of those two, and I think, yeah, with Joe winning all these tournaments the last 2 years or 3 years.
that's fair. I mean, Joe has won what? He won 4 straight or something like that tournaments in a row. Like, I don't think we've ever seen something like that before. But so how do you guys feel about the next Outrider Cup for 2023? I know we have over a year at this point. Would you guys play in it?
I think we're all looking forward to collecting Play of the Year points the old-fashioned way. Speaking of, so playing in person again. Yeah, I think that's what we're all looking for. As I said, I'm very much looking forward to meet Miguel and Timo in person for the first time, and yeah, stuff like that. And then we're gonna play some regular tournaments like in person and collect some points. And then we're gonna talk about where that leads in nearly 2 years, I think. Yeah.
And I know a few of you are playing in the Gem PC, so I believe Timo is at least still there, and Justin, I believe you're still alive. You actually have to play Paul Myers, so how do you feel about that one?
I'm going to channel my inner Quirin. Tomorrow night I'm playing him, so we'll see what happens.
Good luck.
Tomorrow night, okay. And then Miguel, again, you're still alive. You have to play. I don't know who this gentleman is. His name is
Cedric.
Cedric.
It's
Okay.
Cedric. Yeah, he's a European as well. He's a very European part of the bracket.
Yeah.
Very.
So, if you get past Cedric, and if you have to play Justin, how do you feel about that, Miguel?
I've played against Justin before and lost many times to his hit code deck. In the last year OCS.
Yeah, we played a couple of times.
Okay.
Be good to get through and play each other again.
That would be that would be exciting to see.
Hope so.
And then, like I said, Timo, you're in the top 8 already. You have to face Treadwell. So, how are you feeling in the top 8?
It's nice to be in the top 8 again. But when you're in the top 8, you want to be top 4, and then you want to go to the finals, and then you want to win. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know that feeling.
Yeah, I know that you don't know, but maybe in the end of Grand Prix, maybe there is another shot at the top 8 for you. So, yeah, great.
We'll see.
Great.
But yeah, you have to face...
But if I would win, then... But Treadwell is a hard opponent, of course.
Yes.
I think Joe Olsen might be a possible opponent then.
Yeah,
but there are also some others. So
yeah,
I don't know. Top 8 is Players of the Year point or top 16? Do you know that? Maybe some of the others. Because
16, I think.
Sure.
Top 8.
16.
Yeah, it's
8.
usually the top 8 get some players. of the
Yeah.
year
so
points.
that's nice.
OCS is like the only tournament where you get anything after outside of top 8.
Sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want to say it all depends on the size of the tournament, and being that this one has a really big pool of players, the number of Player of the Year points there is pretty nice. So maybe you'll get a Player of the Year point or two, Timo.
It is difficult often for us Europeans to get a lot of Player of the Year points because we only normally have maybe 1 or 2 in-person tournaments all year. So the Americans.
But you make the Outrider Cup with 5 points. So
that's my point. Yeah. Whereas you don't make it onto the American team with like 50 points. It's just
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean this time was very special because we had like almost no in-person tournaments.
Yes, for any tournament that has 48 players or more, first place gets 8 points, second place gets 6, third and fourth gets 4, and then fifth through eighth get 2 points. So, Timo, you're at least guaranteed 2 points.
Woohoo!
And
Great. Halfway there. Next outrider team.
And then I believe because this is I don't know if this is going to be a major tournament or what. There might be a multi.
No. The Game PC did not give Player of the Year points before, so now for the first time there's Player of the Year points, but with no additional multiplier or anything. So I was talking to Jared, and we're gonna get some hoodies, and it's gonna be nice to wear those at Europeans, and then hopefully some. I mean, isn't like Worlds 2023 to be in Germany again?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to show up there. That'd be fun.
It's fantastic.
Get to meet some of you guys in person.
I think Quirin was it like Jared wanted to do something else for prizes, but perhaps because he was always also thinking the American teams doesn't need 2 hoodies each, but Quirin said, "Can we get hoodies too? We don't want that other prize because they look really good in the photos where we saw." Yeah.
Are you guys going to get the same kind of hoodie, or are you going to get something different?
I think it's basically, it's going to be a little bit different color.
Okay.
So that you don't have to go close and look at the number in the logo. You should see, I mean, you're going to see who's wearing it, but yeah, it's going to be a little bit different color, but else pretty much the same.
Yeah, we'll have to get some pictures of you guys in the hoodies whenever you get them. So.
For sure.
But yeah, so again, I want to thank you guys for coming on today. I know a lot of you guys are staying up a little bit later, so hopefully you guys can get to bed here soon. But again, it's always a pleasure to have you gentlemen on. I wish you guys some good luck this year in your Star Wars playing. So hopefully no turn 1 beatdowns for Justin Branch anymore.
They'll still happen.
Again, thanks for coming on, guys, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys hopefully soon.
Thank you, Dan, for having us.
Thanks.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody. So again, that was Team Europe from the 2021 Outrider Cup. I want to again thank them for coming on. It's always a pleasure to talk to those guys, especially Bastion, Timo. They've been on before. Justin Branch has also been on the floor before. I believe that was the first time for Crypto, Miguel, and Kieran. So it was good to get to know them a little bit and see what those guys were thinking about with the Outrider Cup, and again talking a little bit about the GEMP PC. So right now, again, there's a lot of stuff going on in the Star Wars CCG world. I think that was my fault. I had the volume a little lower earlier just because I had a fan going in the background, as well as some noisy issues behind me. But again, there's a lot of other stuff going on in the Star Wars CCG world right now. The OCS started this month. We're already in 9 days. So, and we have a player who's at 11-1. That would be your 2022 MPC winner, Drew Lichtenstein. He's currently sitting at 11-1. And then we also have Joe Olson at 10-2, Matt Harrison Trainer at 10-2, and Connor Britton at 10-2. So a lot of good people out there still playing. Justin Desai is currently sitting at 8-0. Looking on down the list, we have Daniel Amore sitting at 6-0, and Taco Bill sitting at 6-0. So a little bit surprises there, but hey, both of those players are looking pretty solid right now. And also down the line, if you want to look a little bit deeper, Bastion is also 4-0. So you still have about 19 days to get your 12 games in if you want to play. So good luck to everybody who's also still playing in the OCS. Right around the corner, we have the Endor Grand Prix. Again, that is going to be April 8th through the 10th. So if you are interested in going, go ahead and check out the schedule of the events as well as the hotel link. It's only $94 a night for a hotel. That's pretty solid. Make sure you check out the COVID policy. And right now we have 9 players registered. Worse, Clayton, Ryan, Saracen coming from Pennsylvania. Phil Asen, Steve Harpster, Joe Olson, who's only going to play in the main event. So if somebody knocks him out, hey, that would be maybe he'll do commentary for day 2. Myself, Derek Jackson, and Cohen from Europe. So we're going to have a European presence at Endor. That's pretty exciting. Yeah, there is a COVID policy, so I mean, we're in these times. We still have the NPC. Again, we talked a little bit about that with the Europeans tonight. We're on to the top 16. Our top 16 is Joe Olson, Winston Pluckett, Mike Kessling, Connor Britton, Steve Brenson, Jeff Levine, Jeff Levine and Timo both advanced to the top 8. MHT and Rich are playing right now. Bill Kafer versus Greg Shaw. Miguel versus Cedric. And Justin Branch versus Paul Myers. Again, they're going to be playing tomorrow night. So, again, make sure you like and subscribe. You follow along in the NPC. Hopefully, we'll have those games. We'll get as many as the top 8 games as we can. So, that pretty exciting. And, yeah, definitely an exciting little tournament. We started with over 100 people, so we're getting close to the top 8, everybody. The Jawa Cup is wrapping up. They will be. We have our final match. It is going to be Kevin Yop versus Ryan Jelson. I believe they're going to be playing this Sunday, and it's going to be during the Super Bowl. So if you don't like football, or if you really don't care about the LA Rams or the Cincinnati Bengals, yeah, let's watch some Star Wars CCG. So we will be broadcasting that game. I believe I'm going to be streaming that one. Make sure you watch that one, because that's also going to be another way to win a sticker pack. If you want to see what's coming up on the Star Wars CCG playlist, go ahead and check out the main page. We have everything that's listed, including the 2022 leagues, what you can get for playing in your regional championships, and everything that's to do with the majors. And then we're also going to have a few alternate formats, including a retro event and the Jaw World Brawl this year. And then I believe we're going to have a team style of an event later in May and June to July, I believe. Batmouse is going to be I believe Batmouse is going to be putting that together, so thank you, Batmouse. Oh, it's going to be a random team event. Okay. We really can't highlight the cards, but we'll try. I'll try and see what we can do during the stream. If you tonight is going to be the first time you, the players, can win one of these packs. So it's the Best Virtual Card Image Sticker Book prize program. If you watch anything on Twitch, and whenever I tell players that we have we're going to be giving out a pack, we're going to give you guys a card. No, they're not just stickers, Dorsch. So I'll get to those in a second. So to win it, all the information is on the forums. If you want to download the sticker book, I'll show it off in a second. The link is right here. And we have some of the pictures. So Kevin Yop put this all together. Jared and myself will be distributing these to everybody who participates in it. So you have, again, a chance to win some stickers and some pretty cool foils. So this is all in conjunction with the Best Virtual Card Image bracket that we have currently going on right now on Facebook. The bracket is still going live. If you want to participate in it, all you got to do is go over to the Star Wars CCG page on Facebook. You'll have 2 options almost every day to vote on it. And you'll get, at the end of it, we'll have some cool prizes for this as well. So, again, what this is, like I said, so Kevin has graciously put together packs of cards. So they're booster packs, essentially. The sticker book looks something a little like this, actually. You can actually print it out yourself if you want to see it. So it's a sticker album. And then there's places for each card. You'll have 64 cards, all from this challenge regarding this image. So they are smaller than PC player cards. So they're a lot smaller than the actual cards themselves. So you really can't use them as virtual cards or anything. But included in these packs are special foils. And the only way to get these foil cards is through this program. You can see right here, here's an example of it. They're all foil. They have that nice little sparkling from like the stars and everything. Again, this is the only way to get them. There's only going to be 64 images selected on this bracket challenge. And yeah, you'll get one of these packs. So I'm going to open one right now. And I will say this. So the pack, the card to participate in this, again, whoever's doing the stream will be giving out a card title. What you have to do is email Holotheatre at StarWarsCCG.org, and you'll get entrance into this. And again, all the instructions on doing this are right here. And you just got to... there's the link to it. All you got to do is email me, and I'll have you guys down into a nice little thing. What you do is you actually will... So, I just opened up the pack. I'll show you guys what you get in these. Again, you'll get... looks like you get 4 stickers in a pack. I got the Mon Calamari Dockyards, Rock, Coruscant, Shizor's Palace, and... Darth Vader, Betrayer of the Jedi. And then included in these, you'll get 2 of these foil cards. They're really cool. Again, like I said, these are the only way to get these. Today's card is going to be Maul. So, again, just email Holotheatre. Say that all you got to do is put in the email saying that in the subject line, say sticker book. Include the name Maul, include your name, what you watched, so Holotheatre episode 7, or just put the date, and then and then again, what we're going to do is, so say you enter 10 times, you're not going to get 10%. We're going to scale it based on the number of packs and everything, and then no, I didn't get. I got the sticker Betrayer of the Jedi. I got the foil Ayla Secura and the foil Commander Cody. So, today's token card is Maul. So you will have 3 days to. So if you don't watch this tonight, so for people who don't watch the streams, we'll have 3 days to review them and watch them, so that if they want to enter, they can do it that way. And this is going to be a fun little promotion. So. There's not going to be any AIs or anything. These are going to be the straight images from the PC, the original images. We might do a AI bracket later on down the road, but again, right now we're starting just on the original images that the graphics team came up with. So, but make sure you guys tune in on Sunday for another one of these ways to enter. It's going to be at least one per... it's going to be on certain streams. We're going to do them randomly, so make sure you watch as many as you can if you want to get a pack of these. So, again, thanks to everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Team Europe for coming on earlier and doing the interview with me. And I will see everybody on Sunday for the Jawa Cup Finals. And then I'll see everybody on next Wednesday for Holotheatre. So until then, everybody take care. Have a good rest of your week. And may your cards always draw you a Destiny 6, unless you're drawing for Sense and Alter when you only have a Jedi Knight or Dark Jedi Knight on the table. Take care, everybody.